Welcome to Fran's Friends. Here we are. It's November and December, and then I will have completed my first year, my first 12 months of my journey in crafting, and it's been quite the whirlwind. Now November, we're up to 90 videos now, which is quite exciting. We've done a lot of work on the website, a lot of work on trying to get the website up and running better, and more people coming on board. So let's talk about what we accomplished in October. Of course, we had Thanksgiving and Halloween. I did my usual Christmas ornaments for the Advent calendar. So I only have November and December left to do. I did a beaded, embroidered hoop using the techniques that I've learned over the month and how to use beads incorporated into embroidery. We did DIY Halloween Boys, which was a series of 4 small pumpkin boys dressed in Halloween regalia, incorporating the use of t-shirt fabric, wire, wood, so it was a multi-faceted, multi-technique project. I did an upcycled kitchen witch that I had received back in about the early 1970s, and it was looking pretty ugly and a little bit damaged, so I did an upgrade on that and did a video. We also I designated the month of October to canvas bags, and the use of using a canvas bag to cut up to make a project. And I introduced the canvas crow, made out of the canvas bag, paint, woods, and that also was multimedia. And I made it so that it would cover my Thanksgiving table with the use of a cornucopia and homemade pumpkins out of socks. And then it went also for Halloween with the witch's hat, etc. So that worked out really well. I also did videos and increased a couple more different types of embroidery borders, and also my usual beginning of the month October crafting plans, and I think most of them are pretty well accomplished. The projects I did were the crow, the pumpkin man. This is the pumpkin man. I have a small video on him, but so here he is, and he's made out of a tin, a pumpkin pie tin that I made my husband for his birthday. And I used muslin, which I dyed with coffee, and then I made him the legs out of my I-cord material, so it utilized the I-cord projects. I made him some feet along the sides. These weren't even on the pattern, so it was a picture in the Halloween book, but I just took it and did my own thing. On the face, I've got buttons for eyes and his little nose and the mouth. And then I used what I used for the feet. I rolled up to make a sort of a trunk for the top of his pumpkin head. On the back, I've got some utilization of my his signature heart. He's got little pantaloons and sleeves, and he actually is supposed to stand on a board, but for storage purposes, I just left him, and he almost stands on his own, but I just lean him up against something. So there's Pumpkin Man. So I had a lot of fun in October with Halloween, projects, that type of thing. So I also I did a mini bear. It's not completed, but I did do the mini bear from the resource Pinterest. Which I did is I actually downloaded the pattern, and then there's absolutely no instructions with this, and I had to, and it was some different language, I'm not quite sure what, but here's what he's supposed to look like, and he's a work in progress. But it was interesting how I was able to decipher the pattern pieces by use A to B and C to D and that type of thing. So they utilized the alphabet in the positioning of the pattern pieces, which was quite interesting. I'd never done that before. So that was it. Resources for the month was, of course, Pinterest. I'm really getting into Pinterest, and the ability to be able to download and print those patterns, and they're free. And then you can upsize them, downsize them to whatever you want. So that's a real work in progress, and some really fabulous types of vintage bears. This little bear here, that type of thing. So other when I was working on the Halloween was the moth art, and I went to moth art as a resource and looked into some of the types of things that moth art did for Halloween. Mary dolls was another one, and again, what they did, they were making little Halloween witches and this type of thing. So I was trying to utilize what they were doing, and as an example, the witch's hat on my crow, I took from, I think it was the Mary dolls pattern, and I just figured it out from looking at the picture of the hat. So that's where intuitively and creatively you can sort of gain so much by just picking out all kinds of different things in the resource files. So, okay, what about November? So we've got November, and then of course the month of December being Christmas. Now, I have a little bit of an issue because I have, over the many years, every year I have made some type of project for Christmas. I could probably literally stock an entire store with the things that I've made for Christmas. So what I thought I would do this year is I'm going to do a series of different videos on how I've approached Christmas over the years. One being how I sort of documented what happened. I've kept books of special Christmas cards, and I did, what do they call that? Bookmaking, and I forget the term that they use, but I've got covered books in Christmas fabric for, cards. I've got one for toys that I made my son, and I've kept all of these. And over the years, I've progressed, and each year at Christmas, when my son comes home for Christmas, from the day he arrives to the day he leaves, I document everything, and then I just put it onto a USB and slip it back into the Christmas pool. So that way I can always go back and see what we've done, what memories we created, what pictures that we produced during those special times. So that's sort of the things that I'm going to do. And then I'll do one on all of the different types of projects that I did. Santa Claus, gnomes out of, old Christmas toys that my son's was given, and that type of thing. So it'll take quite a while to do because there's a lot to cover. But I think that's how I'm going to approach November and December as far as Christmas is concerned. I will do maybe a couple of little things. As an example, somebody had done around Christmas ornaments. Well, this is an egg-shaped styrofoam that I made into an acorn. So I think it's very simple to do. I'll do a tutorial on that. Here's another one, and the same kind of thing. We're using gold ribbon on the top, and then Christmas ribbon in between. So that's something that I'll probably look into. One of the other things I'm going to be doing in November is I'm going to be attending a Christmas craft fair at one of the local churches. But I'm not going to sell my projects. I'm going to promote the website. So here's one of the pictures that I'm going to be putting in. These are the AI pictures that my son did for me for the VIEX. So there's one. This is the Fran's. This is off of the cards, my business cards, and this is an enlarged copy of that I'll be putting with my display, and also the QR code that they can scan automatically to put them onto the website. So that's going to be going with me. Also, I'll be showing that every time my son sends me all these cute AI pictures of me as the crafter, and here's the one he sent to me for my birthday. And then this is the one that I got yesterday, and this is me for November and December with the crafting. So all in all, I'll find lots of different things to do for November and December. I think one of the things I do is I do a nutcracker. It's a Lisa Payne Masterclass pattern, and I've got 2, so I may do that, but I have to be very careful because I have so much Christmas stuff. So as I say, I could probably open a store. But there you go. So I'm looking forward to November. I'm also looking forward to December. And then also we're going to be looking into how we're going to move forward after this first year's journey into the field of crafting, and how I can carry on with trying to improve people's lives. So there you go. So thanks for watching.